Hello everybody and thank you for joining me. This is Ciara from Ciara T Designs and today I have this really fun hot air balloon tag to share with you. So let's jump right in. So I'm going to use a number 8 distress tag. I have a bunch of them on hand and I really wanted to try some of the techniques that I've seen Vicky Papineau do in her art journal series. If you don't know who that is, I would be shocked because she is phenomenal. She does most amazing projects. And she does like a mixed media Tuesday and a lot of art journaling. And I'm going to use a bunch of products from her Create Happiness release. The first one, she has a new one that's coming out. I think it's already coming out, but it just, I love the stuff that she's brought out and I just really wanted to try some of the techniques that she uses to create her art journal. So that's kind of what I'm going to do here. So I have that tag and I brought in some Seedless Preserves Oxide ink and I just kind of blended some across the panel to add some texture and interest into the background. I don't want to cover the whole thing. I like that creamy manila color, but I did want to add some interest in there. So, and you guys know, if you've been with me for a little bit, purple is my favorite color. So we are going to use shades of purple for the background just to create some interest and texture. So I did also bring in, this is Villainous Potion, and I'm going to blend through the Create Happiness postcard stencil, which is also from her release, and a couple of different areas. I think I picked 3 and I used some of the script from that stencil. Now you can see that I did go a little bit past the stencil on that top blend. It's not going to matter. The hot air balloon's going to cover it, so you won't be able to see that down the road. But I mean, be aware that, you know, the edge of the stencil is there. Sometimes I get a little overzealous and I'm not paying enough attention, but it turned out okay. And then I brought in the Tim Holtz Fields Notes stamp set. That's what these little stamps are from. And I have some, oh, what color is that? I think it's Dusty Concord. Yeah, it is. Dusty Concord Archival ink, and I'm using that just to stamp down my little images onto the background. Some of it will get covered up because, again, we're only creating interest in the background just to give it a little something extra. So some of it will be covered. You won't even be able to see it down the road, but I think it's kind of fun to add a bunch of interest in different things to the background as you work through it, and I think that that's a neat way to practice techniques, which is pretty much what I'm doing here. I want to start an art journal, but I am a little bit apprehensive because I've never done anything really like that before. So I thought trying some ideas out on a tag would be a lot simpler. And then if, you know, you could give it away to somebody if you wanted to, or keep it, or, you know, whatever you wanted to do with the tag at the end. But that would just kind of give it a chance to try out some different techniques and see how I like them. So I did splash on some Perfect Pearls there that I just keep mixed up in a mini mister bottle, and some Seedless Preserves Oxide spray just to add a little tone on tone. You could smoosh your ink pad onto the mat and flick them on. That works too. I just chose to use a little bit of the Seedless Preserves Oxide spray because I own it and it was easy sitting there. And then you do see that I did lay out my little images here. This is from an ephemera pack that Vicky Papineau also did. And I just pulled out the big hot air balloon image because that's going to be my main focal point on this tag. And then some little floral images. And you can see I have all the florals and the leaves and the butterflies laid out there. I trialed different things trying to figure out what I wanted to put with the balloon. And then this is kind of the flower arrangement that I chose in the end. It's just 2 roses and then 3 sets of leaves. Or 3 leaves, I guess. One as two leaves together. And then I made sure to make sure I wasn't close to the hole in the tag. The hole is reinforced. It has like the circle pieces on it that reinforce the hole. But I am going to add a crocodile or an eyelet to it just because I've been having a lot of fun with eyelets. I'd never used them before I started my slides. And I love how they look. So I've been having a lot of fun just adding these eyelets to different things. And I had this purple set that I'd never used. So I had to bring it in for this tag because I thought that it fit that color really well. So I'm going to just close that up with my crocodile here. Because it's just, I don't know, I'm enjoying adding eyelets to random things. And since I had purple ones, it just kind of fit. So I chose the darkest purple one from that set. And as always, everything I used will be linked and listed down below if you ever are interested in what I'm using specifically. And if you can't find it or you're struggling, leave me a comment. I do answer all of my comments. Sometimes it takes me a minute, but I always answer them. I'm a little behind at the moment as per usual as I'm trying to get ready to leave on vacation. Actually, while you're seeing this, I will be in Mexico. But I am a little behind at the moment, so bear with me, but I do always answer them. And then I brought in a Tim Holtz heart adornment, and I just really wanted to add some glaze on top of this. So this is the Wilted Violet Distress Glaze, and I'm just adding a little on top to kind of change the sheen of this metal, because I don't want the dark metal. I have nothing else really dark going on other than that eyelet. So I chose to put Wilted Violet kind of all over that heart adornment. And then I am going to lightly sweep off the lifted areas because I'm going to do something a little different with them after I heat set this. Now, glaze obviously is very transparent because it is glaze, right? It's not meant to change the full color of it. So you're going to see here when I heat set this, you're almost not going to be able to see the purple at all. You can when you tip it, but straight on, it kind of loses that tint. So I did choose to do this twice with the purple, and I did bring in a little bit of Salvaged Patina as well. Sadly, I didn't realize, and my phone storage was completely full, so you're only going to be able to see me do this little piece here because I lost the next clip, which was just me adding some Wilted Violet and some Salvaged Patina on top of the ornament. That's all you're really going to miss. And anytime I pull my tweezers out, it's because I'm cleaning them so that they don't get the glaze stuck on them, because I'm using them to hold the heart, right? So that's the only reason you see me kind of pull my tweezers out. I'm just making sure that this doesn't heat set onto my tweezers. They are metal. You should probably use like a popsicle stick or something for this instead. And I did kind of make a mistake here. I ended up dropping the heart charm on top of my glass mat. Luckily, it was on my glass mat, so it didn't really affect anything. I just flipped it back over and then let it cool off. And then here, for something a little bit extra on those raised edges, I brought in the I'm pretty sure Stamperia makes it. No. Prima makes it. And it is the white pearl metallic wax. And I just kind of rubbed that onto the lifted areas. So you have a little bit of Wilted Violet, a little bit of Salvaged Patina, and then there's just this touch of pearl white on top. Sadly, it doesn't translate in video really well, but in person, the heart charm looks so pretty. I'm going to hold it up here so you can kind of get an idea of it, but it really doesn't do it justice. It turned out so pretty. And then I brought in some ribbon because, well, I have an eyelet and I have a hole, so I have to put some ribbon in it. This is just kind of, I never used to use ribbon in crafting. I don't know why. I didn't ever use it. And then I kind of started using it, and now I love it. Ribbon is just so fun. It just adds such a fun detail to a project that, just has this hole. So, you might as well put something in it. But it is going to take me 6,000 years to tie a bow. So I am going to cut this part short here in a sec. I struggle with bows, and it's probably because I have long nails, I'll be honest. So it's a little bit harder to get my finger in where I need it. So I do use my reverse tweezers a lot to help me do bows. And then here I also had to kind of fit that in that little hole, which I did use my reverse tweezers for as well, just to kind of get it through. And I did struggle to get this on straight. There was other ways I could have done this that I think would have worked a little bit better, but live and learn. And I made it work in the end. I struggled a little bit through this, but I think that it turned out super cute. This is a bit of a different project for me. I don't think that I've made a tag in a very long time, if at all. I don't generally make tags. I'm not really sure why I don't, but I generally don't. And I thought that this would just be kind of a fun way to use some really fun ephemera packs that I have sitting here, because I love ephemera. I just struggle to use it. So I thought, maybe if we did some tags with it, that would kind of give me the confidence to jump into an art journal, which is hopefully going to be something that I'm going to start here pretty soon. But yeah, I'm going to cut this bow tying short right here because you guys don't need to, it honestly took me a long time before I was kind of happy with how my bow looked, but that is how I kind of got it there. And then I'm just going to trim off the ends. And this is just a really pretty, ribbon that I got from my local Michaels. I'll link something similar down below if you don't have a Michaels or, whatever, but, I got mine from Michaels specifically, but so I'm going to finagle it a little bit more. And then I am going to just stop playing with the ribbon just because I could play with this all day and just keep trying to get it to be perfect, which is silly because it'll never be perfect. But I think that it turned out really pretty. And then for one final bit of added embellishment, I brought in, this is a set of rub-ons that are white and they're scripty writing and they're super pretty. Again, same series of elements from the Vicky Papineau set. This is the, I think they're actually called the white rub-ons. They'll be linked and listed down below as well. But they're just really pretty. And I thought that they would add a little more interest on top of that hot air balloon and kind of going in from the edge. So I cut out just 3 sections of this like white rub on, and then I just used my Tim Holtz Remanent Rub tool. I think it's the best thing for this, and just kind of put them across, you know, the background and the balloon. And on the top one, I'm also going to put it across the leaves. So it kind of just ties everything in together and makes it look like it was meant to be together. So I think it turned out really pretty. I'd love to know what you guys think. This is a bit of a different project for me, but I love it. I think that it turned out really fun, and I really enjoyed just playing with different elements and not really having to think too much about, you know, what color I needed and what background I was going to do. And I just kind of got to sit down and play with products that I've been holding on to because I think Vicky Papineau is phenomenal, and I really want to support her in her starting these lineups of stuff for Prima, for Stamperia. But yeah, so this is the tag that I made. I would love to know what you guys think. Leave me a like, leave me a comment. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. I do new videos every Monday and Thursday, and I will be opening my Etsy shop here like next week. So I will keep you posted on that. And yeah, thank you so much, guys, for stopping by and checking out my project. I really appreciate everything that you do for me. So I will see you again very soon. Bye-bye for now, guys.